things.
Don't give away your secrets.
I'm not giving my secrets away. I'm just telling you.
Here,
I can get anything.
We're going to
in
change.
that
We're going
stadium.
different direction. Different direction. I'm curious. I was thinking about this, so I want to get your idea. As we all know, everybody knows, there's a few rule differences between the NFL and college ball.
Yes.
And I want to get your opinion, which you think is best.
Okay.
Or you prefer.
Let's go.
For instance,
Pass interference.
in football, or
In football.
in college, you can't end in a tie in college ball. You can end in a tie in the NFL.
You should not be allowed to end in a tie in a professional league, period. End of statement.
I agree with that. I
Yeah.
think that's very
I-
strange to end in a tie.
There's no reason.
I hate that in the NFL that you can actually have a tie. Now, talking about overtime, do you prefer the NFL model or the college model?
NFL model. I used to really like the college model where it was 25-yard line, and you go back and forth. But now they've changed it where you only do that twice, and then it's like a shootout. It's 2-point conversion back and forth.
Yeah, because they want a winner. They want to make it a winner out of it.
I didn't know that was even a rule change until this year.
So we played
So we
overtime.
played, and I'm going, why? This is stupid.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
I
at
don't
all.
like that new part of it, but I prefer college.
But it's
I hate
all
the college one.
all encompassing. Yeah,
It doesn't feel to me like a real football game where at least in the pros they kick it off and then they run and then they just play the normal.
Well,
field.
and in college, the game can go into overtime tied 20-20, and then by the end of the game, it's 96-94.
then it goes all in the stats and all that.
and
stuff.
all of a
It's
sudden, you look at the
true.
stats and go, that quarterback had 15 touchdown passes.
That
I
is
don't.
true.
So okay. So
Yeah,
we
so
we like the
NFL.
pro.
She's wrong.
I think it's cheesy in the college. I don't like it. So okay, the other thing is another one.
Another one.
And this is an interesting one. I mean, in college, you have the ball, you go down, you're down. Plays ends. In the pros, you can go down, and if you're not touched, you can get back up and run. Do you prefer one or the other?
I think if the part of you touches the ground, you're down.
Okay, that's college.
So college.
No, pro. I like that if I get behind the defense and I make a diving catch to catch the ball, no one touches me. I can get back up and score.
I prefer the pro.
You-
You need to be touched.
Gotta be touched down.
Okay.
She's just wrong.
So there's
she's
that
0
one.
for 3.
You know what? I like college better. What can I say?
Okay,
But
this-
what's funny is I prefer college football.
Doesn't sound like it.
So in the NFL, so when you on a pass to the sidelines or in the end zone, whatever, you have to have in pro ball 2 feet inbounds. In college, just 1.
I'm college again.
Why?
1.
Why? Explain yourself.
Because if you have 1, then you're in bounds.
No, it's 2 feet.
Oh my gosh.
I like the 2 feet. I think it just makes it
Do
more
you guys
skilled.
even like college football?
apparently-
I love college
I don't.
ball, but I'm just well. I mean, I live with it,
Apparently, no.
but it just I prefer
It takes so much more skill to get the 2
to
feet
get the
in.
2 feet down. I just think
I saw a catch yesterday in the Cardinals game where the ball was like 6 feet out of bounds. So he's stretched out of bounds, but somehow his 2
feet were in.
touched and dragged, and it was the
I
most
get
incredible
that.
catch.
I understand
I
that. But
just
I
like the 2
think if
feet
you
myself.
get
2 feet.
1 in, it should count.
Again, she's
the
0
other
for 4.
thing, college ball, the clock stops after first downs. In the pros, it doesn't. It keeps running.
I'll go first on this one so that you can. I like I like that it keeps running. Personally, I think that it stretches the game out so far. You can get the ball back in college with a minute left and no timeouts, and it's like 3 minutes if you play it right.
It's okay. Your honest answer. Do you prefer?
He likes NFL.
NFL.
I thought you said you were gonna. Do you like
NFL.
the? Okay. What do you-
NFL.
He's voting NFL every time. So are you.
No,
do you know what I'm going to say? What do you
do you
like?
think?
Do you like the clock to stop after every first down?
Well, it's only the last couple minutes of the game, but yeah. Anyway, continue.
It only stops in the last couple minutes of the game.
Yeah, it's not the entire game that they do.
Didn't
that
it used to be the entire game?
I don't
Did
know.
they change that?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that I am. Anyway,
I thought the clock stopped when you. I don't know.
It
Anyway.
stops.
college or
Well,
pro.
because it only stops for like
It stops for them long enough to move
15
the chain.
seconds or
If
whatever.
that, it's like
Still.
5 seconds. But that's enough time for the entire offense to get up,
Oh,
get
I'm
ready.
gonna say college, even though you're all gonna jump on me again.
I don't jump on. I don't care if you. This is a freedom zone. You can have your.
Oh.
You can have your.
It's a free speech zone.
free
but
speech zone.
I
But
need to hear-
I prefer the NFL. I don't like them stopping.
There's so much stoppage.
I just don't like it. So here's another thing. The 2-minute warning in the NFL is they stop the clock at each end of the half at 2 minutes.
I don't like
College, they do not.
I don't like the 2-minute warning.
Why? It's a free
You
timeout.
just said that you don't like that the clock is stopping all the time. Why do you like it stopping at 2 minutes?
I didn't say that I did. I just want you to explain yourself.
Just what do you prefer?
I think it's
I-
a weird
You know,
time to just
not
stop.
to get keyed up, but we're just.
I really genuinely don't care. I've never really thought about the 2-minute warning.
Well, you should. It matters.
I don't get it. I think it's unnecessary.
It's very.
we-
It is weird. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's
like
bizarre.
why do you need that? You should be able to manage your own
And the
time.
NFL, it's like an extra timeout, and that's
Yeah.
how they
They play it like
they
this.
play it like that.
I'll go with college on this one.
I prefer college. I don't think they should have the
What?
2-minute warning. I
I've
think it's
never
stupid.
actually thought about it, but it's weird that it's
It's
an
pointless.
arbitrary. It's a 2-minute warning. Big deal. It'd be like
2-minute warning.
it's weird.
Now you'll notice it. Here's another thing you may not be aware of, and I can't remember the exact yardage from the sidelines, but the hash marks.
Yeah.
You know what the hash marks are, I presume.
I do know.
Do you know what the hash
Yes.
marks are? In pro ball, the hash marks are tighter.
Yeah.
In college ball, they're wider. And that has an effect on kickers because if you got a bounce on a particular side, the ball is set up at the hash mark.
Further
So the
out.
angles in college ball for the kickers, it's tougher.
Interesting.
And so that's why even in pro and college, that's why if they were setting up for a field goal, they'll run it into the middle
Yeah.
or to a certain area where the kicker wants to kick. That's where the ball is set. But you go outside the hash marks or you go out of bounds, it's at the nearest hash mark is where it's set down. And in college, the angles are greater.
Are there any other sports that there's such different rules between college and pro? You're listing all of these. Why are there so
I
many
don't know.
differences?
I haven't really
I
thought
wouldn't
about
think
it.
so.
Another thing is, I think we'll probably agree on
Somebody
this.
figure it out and tell me.
That in the NFL,
I'm sure.
NFL, there are only certain plays that can be reviewed. In college, anything can be reviewed, basically. I don't like how college gets slowed
It's
down.
just wide
Yeah.
open. Oh, it gets exhausting. Some games take forever.
Yeah, where they review every single thing.
And then finally, I'm not going to read the exact language on either of these, but the targeting in the NFL and the targeting in college. So of course, both of them have to do with the crown of the helmet, going at the head, and all that stuff. But in college, automatic gone.
I hate that.
NFL, you're not automatically gone, though you can be ejected if it's flagrant enough. What do you think on those?
I think NFL. I feel like we've talked about this before. I
We
think
have.
there needs to be a little more leeway in deciding if it's flagrant enough to eject the player for the rest of the game.
Yeah, there should be tiers of it.
Yeah.
You know, if it's malicious or with intent. But there's so many plays where guys just are trying to make a tackle and their heads.
Yeah, I don't
I don't like it. You've missed one. My biggest is the pass
PI.
interference rule. In college, it's a 15-yard
I didn't
penalty.
think about that one.
Period.
Okay, bring it up. Just
Yeah,
what
that's
do
like
you
the
prefer?
biggest one to me.
15 year. In the pros, it's a spot foul. It should be a spot foul both leagues. Period. If I'm a DB and I am getting beat and the ball's in the air, you bet your butt I'm going to tackle this dude before he catches the ball 70 yards downfield because it's a 15-yard penalty. Big whooped. But in the pros, if I do it, it's a spot foul. It should be
Yeah.
it should be the NFL rule.
Okay,
in
let
both
me
leagues.
let me just. I mean, I go back and forth on this one. Actually, it's a tough thing because if someone actually is getting beat and they tackle him, sometimes you can tell the guy juked him, he grabs him, and so he can't catch the ball. But sometimes the guy throws like a 50-yard bomb,
Prayer.
and the guys go up, the dude and the ref throws his flag on some garbage.
Yeah.
and it's like they get bailed out.
Yeah.
And it's a 50-yard gain off a crappy call. That's the part of it that bugs me. That's where I hate that spot foul in the NFL.
And a lot of the time they are hoping,
Right.
not for the guy to catch it.
That's
They want
what,
the
yeah,
call.
that's what I was going to say. I feel like a lot of times offenses do that purposefully. The quarterback just throws it up there knowing likely the ref's going to bail him out. And then, like you said, sometimes that ends him up on the 5-yard line when it was designed
in the end
that
zone,
way.
you're on the 1-yard line.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
For defensive players, I think that's crap in the NFL.
There's just plays where a guy is 40 yards downfield, gets intentionally or not intentionally, he was going to catch it, gets taken out, PI, it's only a 15-yard penalty.
What do you think? And I'm just thinking outside the box here. That's how we're thinking. We're thinking,
Wow.
if something like that is a judgment call.
We're giving refs too much credit on that then.
No, because but sometimes it's extremely obvious. I think I just saw a game, I can't remember which game, the guy faked like an out. The guy came up, he was going to break on him. He was busted,
grabbed him.
and he grabbed him.
Yeah.
To me, okay, you got burned, dude. That's a spot foul. It's going right here. Versus, the guy cuts and you run into each other and it goes down and it's pass interference. To me, I'm okay with the 15 yards.
Okay, well, you got to pick one. You can't
Something
fence ride this.
like that.
College.
I think I prefer college
Oh my gosh. I'm really surprised.
only because I don't like the bailouts that the NFL
Until
gets.
it's the Raiders that get beat.
The Raiders
on the
just
play.
did that yesterday. That's
Raiders
what I was
suck.
thinking. Well, the Raiders suck.
But that happened. It happens all the time, and I'm just going, okay, these just got screwed. You're holding them, and some guy throws up a prayer, and it's ticky tack, and some ref decides to call
Or
a
on a Hail Mary. I mean, it
40-yard
Yeah.
pass.
Right. Yeah, I don't like that.
But I can go, on that I can go either way. But
right.
anyway, there you go.
There you go.
You've got it. Any final